it now on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. If you type in Big LA, he's all over the place on YouTube, yeah. Yeah, there's some funny episodes of that. He's a big dude, man, but honestly, he's a cool dude, man. We got along, man. We're actually going to do a show in Miami. We had it all set up, man. We had, like, we went to, what is it, there's a Miami school, like college type thing, whatever, that people pay to go in and do filming, you know, like to learn how to do, you know, director shit and movie stuff and filming. And they can volunteer their time if they're interested in your idea of making a movie in Miami or whatever. If they're interested in it, they will spend the time to do it just to give themselves credit for you know, working in the school. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Gee, there's so much I don't know, you know, but it's amazing.
Yeah, so me and LA went there, and we pitched the thing. People are interested. And, you know, we didn't really have our stuff together, more or less. We had an idea. I guess it came a little too soon. I don't know. But we had the whole thing going on, man. It would have been a funny show, bro. Seriously, between me and him, oh God, damn it, man. Yeah, he's, you know, he had that thing, but man, I don't know, that big balloon thing, I don't know what you call that damn thing. People use it. KJ4QID.
KI4IJQ. Hey Frank, do you have one of these nano VNA things? Is it useful, or is it just a little trinket?
It's very useful, and I got one that I'll tell you which one to get if you want to know.
I don't have specifically the Nano VNA. I have one called the Mini 1300, and I got it before I picked up my Sightmaster, and, you know, it's pretty good, man. Like, obviously the Sightmaster's better, but for the price, you can't beat that shit with a stick.
I got the Nano VNA-F Vector Network Analyzer, and this is probably it has 2 ports. This is probably the best one to buy. Bro, this thing does everything. A line bought one, it's like a little chintzy little piece of shit, and it just sucks. You gotta get the good one.
Well, I'm looking at one that's 50 kilohertz to 1.5 gigahertz. It's the Nano VNA-H. And it has a nice plastic enclosure too. You know, it doesn't have anything exposed other than buttons and the connectors. Everything's fully enclosed all the way around. And I guess it comes with some kind of app, so you can hook it up to a phone too.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the VNA-F. It's in a metal case. It's a big screen. It has a lot of menus. You can do a lot of cool shit. It shows you capacitance, the ohms. This one, and it comes in a nice little case and everything. Probably the best one that I've seen. Look for the -F. It's a metal box, and you'll know the one because the rotary button, like the round button that you use your thumb on, is on the bottom, not on the side. The ones that are on the side suck. they work really well. You'll be surprised when you start learning how to use it. You'll be like, holy crap. The things you can do with it are just incredible. You can tune antennas, no problem. It'll tell you the ohms, the capacitance, everything. I would just say, know to get the right one, because, you got so many people competing with each other, making these and this and that one and this one. And you just got to know what you're looking for, I guess.
I don't know. Like I said, I bought the Mini 1300, the touchscreen one with a larger screen than most of those mini VNAs or whatever. And I was happy with it. Just, make sure it came with some extra parts that I didn't know what they were for at the time, but it's for making an open short load to calibrate it. And, I mean, they're not bad, man. They'll get you in the ballpark if you need a VNA.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some people match them up to, like, a lot of Hewlett-Packard equipment, said they're almost dead on. They were, like, totally amazed of it. But I think I have the same one you have, because mine's touchscreen and all that. It's a bigger screen. You probably have the same one I have. I think when they came out, they labeled them differently, but they come out a little different. Is yours an aluminum box?
Yeah. It's a little black box with a touchscreen on it, N connector and SMA connector at the top. And a couple other like USB connectors and shit like that.
Yeah, mine came with two SMAs, but it came with open 50 ohm loads, connectors and shit like that. That's the thing, man. It's like the market is getting so overloaded with all these new little gadgets, like you don't even know where to start, man. It's like now you have to listen to people and say, hey, get this one, get that one, Jeez, man, sucks.
Dude, Frank, that Mini 1300 is going for $500.
What? No. It was like $100-something bucks.
Type in VNA 1300.
No, dude, $162 right here. Don't type in VNA, just type in Mini 1300 altogether.
Oh, okay. Yep, same unit. I guess somebody's on a fishing expedition.
Yeah, it's designed by some guy, I think an Australian dude, EU1KY, and it's like an open source project that the Chinese make it ready to go, though. But it's pretty neat, man. Like I said, I used my Anritsu to generate into it, and it has like a little thing where you can go in and calibrate it and put an offset. And once I calibrated an offset into it, it was bang on. It wasn't that far off. It was, a couple hundred kilohertz away. But I was impressed.
Did you say it was designed by some cream of some young guy?
That's right.
No, it looks like it'll work as a signal source, too.
Yes, sir. The one that I have has all that, too.
Yeah, it'll work as a signal source, and I think it'll even work as an HF radio for doing Whisper or whatever, and JT65 and things like that. I don't know if the output is adjustable, though. You might still need an external attenuator to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I just bought one of those. I bought one that's perfect for DFing, dude. It's a It's a metal stick with like 8 or 10 toggles, and it looks like it's capable of. I'm gonna take a guess, probably somewhere between 80 to 100 dB as you flip all the toggles up, and it's got end connectors on both ends. $39.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive.
Get a metal can, just the right size, long enough. Put an SMA in it a certain distance away from the reflector from the back side of the bottom of the can. On the side of the can, get it resonant enough, and you have yourself a very directive antenna. In fact, it probably will work better than any beam that you fucking put out. Because you don't get KJ4QID, you don't get reflections because the element is exposed in the air. You get just a can that's pointing in one direction.
Hey, I see the whisper mode. Whisper, FT8, FT4. That's crazy, man. Your freaking antenna analyzer also works as a transmitter. Help, I'm trapped in communist country. Help.
Terrible.
Wow.
Hey, Mikey.
Well, hey, I want to tell you something here real quick. Frank, so I'm formatting this 4 gig drive, right? And it says it's trying to recover allocation units, right? It's been formatting since 3 o'clock, and now it's just at 100%. What the fuck does that mean? I just let it go through because I don't know what it might. You never know. Something magic might happen. You know, it's like trying to put waffles in your VCR. You might get disco balls and amazing dancing women.
Yeah, that just means you had sectors that were marked bad on the drive. But all right, you gonna be around for a while? I was thinking about taking a drive and picking up those dust tracks from you.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'm fine. I'm doing good. Can't walk worth a shit, but I'm doing all right. You know, those same units that Robert refused. He missed out, man.
Hey, Frank. On that Mini 13, what's the difference between the end and the SMA port?
One connector's smaller and one's bigger.
The end connector is the one you're going to use for doing everything. I don't remember what the SMA port is for, but yeah, you end up using the end connector for pretty much everything.
Yeah, I got adapters, so it doesn't matter with me. Both my ports are SMA. I do a lot of stuff with SMA, so I'm an SMA guy. So somebody was thinking my direction. Funny they call it SMA because it's like saying, hey, you got a small-ass connector.
Yes, you do.
I still put a smile on your face.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious to watch a fat man bounce around. And look, 2 bald guys dancing. All right. So there was somebody on there stateside that had a bunch of them new sealed box, $160 shipped. So I just bought one of those. It seems to have a single generator output too. So between that and the attenuator, I should be fine. I should be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah, that should do it.
It's the Muppet Show!
No, that was that the Muppet Show? I thought that was Sesame Street.
Sesame Street, man. Radio. Yep, 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 yep.
I like the one where they were sitting in front of the Apple IIe. And they were like, oh.
That shit's fucking classic.
All right. We got that. So, now the only other thing I gotta find is an old Motorola rib box. Oh, hold on. Mikey?
You need an original one or any rib?
I like to find one of the old ones because I found on eBay the special connector that's used for the HT50 and the P100, the first generation P100 radio, the actual Motorola programming connector. It's kind of a funky thing that plugged into the back of the radio, powered the radio, and it had two contact fingers that touched two of the sides. I found that assembly, but it's got the DV25 on it.
Oh, yeah, but the Chinese make knockoff ribs.
Because they made a synthesized one that was like a brick. It was like a half-stock brick. Was it the SP50 or 50? I don't remember.
The Chinese make a knockoff rib as well.
Yeah, I know, but it's got a DV9. So, can I just use an adapter to go from the DV25 to the 9? It'll work?
No, the Chinese rib should have a DB9 on one side that goes to your computer, and a DB25 on the other side for the Motorola cables.
Okay. I gotta look for that. Now, Mikey, when you find your phone, look at my Instagram. I put a little video up of one of the radios there working. The one that I ghetto-tuned. I used the repeater as the signal source.
Oh, no shit.
Hey, man. You know, there's those of us that can afford to throw a lot of money at test equipment, and then there's those of us that just find ways to get shit done. I fall under tier 2.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Bro, I did that for many years. I was an ingenious junkie, man. You know, real genius kind of guy. You know, where I didn't have that test equipment, but I knew how to make it work.
Yeah, Robert. On Amazon, Motorola rib box with Prime shipping, $27.
That's good, because I got a rib box right here on a 9-volt battery.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. eBay's got it for $29, free ship, little black box, DV9 on one side, 25 on the other, couple of LEDs on the top, and it looks like it's got a battery door on the side.
Yeah, it'll run off of a 9-volt.
I remember Sergio mentioning something that there's like 3 boxes. There's 2 different flavors of the Motorola one, and then there's the Chinese box. And the Motorola one, there's one that supports flash port, and there's one that doesn't. I'm not necessarily concerned with that right now. But something about the Chinese one and the original Motorola one, that there's some older radios that won't work with the Chinese one. You know anything about that?
Not really. I haven't run into that. I have an original Motorola rib, and I have one of the Chinese ones. There's not much going on in the original rib. It's basically just a RS-232 to TTL converter. But, yeah, the one that can do flash port, that's a flash port rib. Those are rare, man. I don't even have one of those. And they're not cheap.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I mean, I'm kind of getting into this because the radios are so cheap now, the nostalgia of it. But I really don't see myself, I might stop at the Jedi series. Was the Jedi series all flash port or no?
KI4IJQ. The MT2000 was not flash port. The MTF 2000 was the beginning of flash port. So if you want to avoid that, only get the MT.
Yeah, I have 2 VHS and I think 1 or 2 UHFs of the 1000. They're actually sitting on my bench.
Yeah, and it's easy to tell those radios apart because it literally says flash port in the front.
Yeah, the only interest I really have in the Jedi series is because they were made here in Fort Lauderdale. You know, that's the only reason. I as far as aesthetics, I don't know, I don't particularly care for it. But the Jedi series does have the distinction of being the audio king. It was the best receive audio of any handheld made.
I have to differ on you on that one. I remember FP&L guys, they had it was the standard handhelds, or it wasn't Kenwoods, it was standard. At one time they had standard handhelds, or is it Kenwood? No, it wasn't Kenwood. It was one of the two. Let's put it this way. I think it was standard. That their audio was so freaking loud out of a little HT was impressive, man. It was like listening to a loudspeaker from a Motorola's, mobile radio.
Well, there might be other brands, because when you think about it, I mean, shit, you had those giant Comco handhelds. I don't know if you remember those. They were sold as Repco, Comco, and I think there was one other brand that they were sold under. Oh, I've seen them sold under, Dumont, the old TV brand. There were these giant freaking handhelds that barely fit in your hand. I mean, they had a huge speaker in them. I'm sure, somewhere along the line, somebody made one with bigger audio, but as far as Motorola is concerned, the Jedi series is supposed to be like the king of audio for Motorola.
Yeah, I mean, don't trust me, they got great audio. It's just, I got 2 HD600s sitting here right now. I have black batteries on them. They were given to me, but it's like I almost want to rejuvenate them, get them back up and running. They're UHF. Man, those things are a great radio, too. Hey, Frank, when did you say you were headed up here?
I'm getting ready to go now. Actually, can you text me your address?
Rogers. Like 3 o'clock in the morning runs.
I'm looking at one here that I'm guessing is for I don't know if it's for the Jedi. It's like the back, it's a battery with 2 contact points up at the top. What the hell radio use that?
No, not the Jedi. The Jedi had 3 points in like a triangle configuration.
Oh, GP300. That's what it is.
I got a bunch of those. The GP300 was a great radio, man. I always really liked that radio for some reason.
I had to step away for a second. They got a bunch of retired GP300s.
Fagan?
A bunch of retired GP300s.
Yeah, I've got, I don't know. I think I got like 10 GP300s and 6 GP350s. They were good radios, man. There's nothing wrong with those radios.
I guess I'm going to scoop one of these up. Ribless 4-in-1 programmer. $17. And let's see, it does GP300 style radios. It does the CPs, CT series, HT 750 style connector, and it does the max tracks and all that shit. Hell, that's a damn good deal.
Yeah, it's one of those big, or not big, but that's one of those octopus cables. It's got like a DB9 and it goes out to like a million different types of radios or whatever.
It's like a battery back, and then it has like 4 cables sticking out of it. Because the GP300 is the one that uses the battery back. That's why I had to do the thing, get the rib box to work with the HT51, because the HT51, I mean, you could hold the wires against the pads. That's what Sergio was doing. But I actually found the correct Motorola adapter, so I can have the proper rig. That's why I already bought the rib box too. So I think I'm gonna grab one of these cables and shit. This should pretty much cover everything. I gotta see if it does HT600. I didn't check that.
Is the HT600 one of the ones you program from the top?
Yeah, it doesn't do the HT600. But this one does like a whole shitload of other radios, so for $17, I'll grab this too.
Is the HT600 the same as the MT1000?
Yeah.
If you don't mind making a cable, I have a bunch of those connectors that mate with that connector on the top.
You know me, dude. Come on, haven't you heard enough of Sergio's hazing? You know, I'm not the guy who makes cables. I'd rather buy one.
All right, fair enough. KI4IJQ. Hey, Mike, you still up there?
Yeah, I'll send it to you now. Here, hold on.
Yeah, I'm just driving north, but it'd be nice to know where I'm going.
Well, I'm just oblivion. Until you get to commercial. You know, 95 commercial, you know, either way, turnpike commercial. Turnpike commercial, you're going east. 95 commercial, you're going west.
Okay, well, I'm on the 826, so I guess I'll take that to 95 and get off of commercial and go west. So, after that, I think I remember vaguely how to get there.
Yeah, it's easy. I'll give you the address here in a second.
So yeah, so I don't know. So what, are you selling all these things, or what's the deal?
No, I mean, the whole interest started with the fact that they've gotten cheap. I mean, that's really there was 2 reasons why I never got into commercial radio. A, the programming aspect. You know, the people that had the knowledge were all arrogant dicks. All of them. Except for George Van Smith. George was always cool. But the rest of them were always arrogant dicks. At least the ones I asked. I never bothered to ask you, so you don't count in that pile. Up until now that, you know, we have some people that are willing to help each other out, you know, here on the 325. It's a different mentality than the general ham mentality that we had before with the Dade Radio Club people. So it's like, okay, now we have some kind of exchange of information going on without animosity. Cool. And then the radios have just gotten so cheap. I mean, you know, look at it. I've picked up CPs, 16-channel CPs for $25-30. Granted, they might need a new case or something, but it doesn't cost much to refurb. And then, like the CPs are still a hot item. They're very popular with construction industry and with the movie industry, but we don't have no movie industry going on down here, but the construction industry loves those radios. So I've been selling radios here and there, and then there's some that are cool to have. I like to have them in my collection and working, and now that they've gotten so cheap and all of the programming stuff is so cheap and there's people that are willing to help each other, it's like, okay, cool, I'll get into this.
All right, well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't, I'm no expert, but I know enough, and, you know, anybody that's asked me, I've shown them. You know, you can ask Rolly back in the day, man. He asked me, you know, he's like, oh, nobody will help me. I'm like, dude, come over. And we sat down, and I showed him everything, and then he ran with it. But, you know, it's really not that it's that difficult. Especially now with how available everything is. Like you said, all the programming stuff is cheap and the radios are cheap. You know. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad you're having fun with it. You know, they're fun. It's a different world, but I don't know. I like them. I like commercial radios personally.
Whiskey.
Hey, Ken.
Is that John? Is that Vecchio? I'm trying to make out the voice.
Oh, what an insult.
Wow.
Hey, do you mind if I ask? No, seriously, is that you, John?
No, I don't think Vecchio would ever get on this repeater.
No, excuse me. He got married, and major changes going on with John, so I figured he might have showed up here, and we might be talking, that's all. Now, I saw him a while ago, and you know, between getting married and a couple other things, he seemed like he changed completely, and I just wanted to wave at him.
I don't know. I don't think he talks on ham much, if any. But I talked to him the other day. I gave him a call. You know, but yeah, he's doing well, I guess. I think the married life suits him.
Oh, well, gotta change. Gotta change a lot of people. All right, very good. Please forgive the mis-IE. And in a way, though, you've got a flow in your voice, and for a second there, it sounded like it could have been him, you know. And okay, I'll be back to listening. I know Jim RQQ built a DOS machine for me just to do programming, and it's in storage right now, but he built one for me, so you know, and I'm glad to see everybody's helping each other for once. You know, it didn't used to be that way.
I never liked the gatekeeping with the commercial radio stuff. Like, I just thought they were cool toys, so I gathered whatever knowledge I could, and then the rest I just kind of figured it out on my own, Because even on the internet, like, the Bat Labs and stuff like that, there's a lot of gatekeeping there, man.
Yeah, but you could gather enough information looking around here and there, to figure it out. That's something else that's been helpful. There's enough stuff on the boards, like especially with like the older radios. Like I've been copying some of the stuff because it could disappear at any moment. It's so old. Like for example, these HT50s that I got. These are 30-year-old radios. The chances of there being some other bozo somewhere trying to get one on the air are pretty slim.
The old saying, soap on a rope? Well, how long does that soap last? Because they've been saying it for a long time.
Hey, Mikey, what was the exit I'm getting off at?
Commercial Boulevard. You got the address, right?
I did. All right. Yeah, Robert, I agree, man. I do the same thing. I have an archive of a couple of the websites that have a lot of really good information. I have an archive of Hall Electronics has a lot of really good GE information. Repeater Builder has a ton of information on GE, Motorola, and everybody else. It's mostly flight equipment, but they also have stuff about different radios on there. And yeah, like you said, a lot of this is just this old shit, man. So to a lot of people, it's garbage, but it still gets on the air, so who cares? And I got a kick out of it. I saw a picture the other day. Somebody took a pair of Max Tracks and hooked it up to one of those MMDBM boards with a Raspberry Pi and turned a pair of Max Tracks into a P25 repeater. And I was like, fantastic.
Yeah, man. I got into the Chinese radios because everything was so open. The radios were cheap, and then everything was so open. The software's out there, the cables are out there, everything's out in the open and cheap. It's like, okay, cool. That's why I got into that. And, when I got into the Chinese radios, believe it or not, there was people that I knew that could easily program Motorola shit. They were stumped by the Chinese radios, and I don't understand it. I don't know. I figured it out on the fly, and I never done it in my life. So it can't be that hard. So then I started looking at some of the Moto stuff, and the Moto stuff is just, Motorola, man. It's like, hey, it's a new model. Let's make it all different just because.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. As far as software goes, I've done, all the Harris stuff. I've done the Chinese stuff with Chirp, and I've done the Motorola stuff. I absolutely despise Motorola software. Like the logic in it. Like I don't know who thought. I don't know if they got in a meeting and they were like, how can we make the software as unfriendly as possible? Let's do it like that. Especially the modern Windows stuff. It's such a pain in the ass to use. I hate it. But, the Chinese stuff's not hard, man. Chirp is easy. That's the only one I've used is Chirp. But yeah, to me, like, I learned the Harris stuff, and it's, like, the most logical. It's like, okay, here's your groups. Okay, here's your channels. You put the groups of channels into a system. Okay, done. It's very, very logical. It makes sense. But the Motorola stuff, oh my God, you have to put the channel over here, and then you have to make the group and assign the channels you have to assign the channels to the channels. It's like, wait, what? Why do I have to do this twice?
Yeah, thankfully I have little interest in digital, so I probably won't be dealing with any of that. But, it seems to be overly convoluted. And, even compared to some of the Chinese shit that was not translated, I don't know if you've dealt with any of that, where you kind of have to figure out what the fields are based on the values. Oh, yeah, that looks familiar. Okay, I know what that is. You know, you got to figure it all out and plug the stuff in. I'd rather sit there and figure out some of the Chinese software than try to learn something like Motorola trunking.
You know, that's something interesting. Let's call this new bow thing called Bow Thing on a Balcony.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree, man. Like, you know, the Motorola, like, the RSS, the DOS software, like, it's annoying that you have to have one for every radio, like, each one's different. But at least they kind of all look the same. But then the Windows software, it's just a pain in the dick to use. That's why I always like, you know, the GE, Ericsson, Comnet, Macom, Tyco, Harris radios, because it's just one program. And I can make a profile for one radio, change the radio type, and blow it into a different radio. No problem.
Frank, I might not be able to help you move those radios out, but it's only 10 of them. But yeah, the fucking gout, man, got me all fucked up here.
Whatever, it's fine. I can move them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I can move around. It's just, you know, fucking feels like somebody's hitting me with a sledgehammer in my fucking heel and ankle.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Don't overdo, Mikey. Okay, we were just talking about it. Take it easy.
You know, New Year's resolutions never pan out, you know. That one woman that says, I swear I'll never suck a dick again. Well, you know, she's doing it quite a bit now.
Who the hell are you talking about?
I don't know, I'm just rambling, but it's pretty funny. It's amazing how closed-minded we are as humans to think, you know, in our own ways, that how conceited we are in ways, you know, where we only think ways of how things should be or how things are, but in realistic fashion, can you imagine if you could imagine what people do every day in this world, in Earth? It would be astronomically or whatever you call it, overwhelming. How many people do so many stupid bullshit. From the worst to the best.
Probably blow your brains out.
Probably, seriously, yeah.
There's a reason they say ignorance is bliss.
Exactly.
The dumbest people I know are the happiest people I know, and I envy them.
You know, man, that's a great statement, because I've said that before in other ways that maybe not many people followed, but it's so true. The smarter you are, the worse it gets, man.
And the nice thing about being dumb is you're not smart enough to know you're dumb.
It's kind of like seeing somebody that's going to American Idol sing they're the best singer ever. And when you hear them sing, it sounds like somebody's killing a chicken in the background, fucking a pig, you know. And they still convinced after being fucking dissed really hard that, you know, that they still sound the best. I laugh at that stuff, man. Sometimes I watch American Idol just for that, you know. I don't watch it ever. I just watch it from the beginning scenes because some of that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, never underestimate the power of denial.
I mean, there's so many levels of denial, too. It's like, when you look at it a more specific or psychological direction, it gets more and more involved in denial. You know, it's like, it gets to the point where psychotic happens and things. You know, it's weird. when you really think about that, and I know, damn it. It's one of those brain losses again. But anyways, I know somebody out here would understand it. There's so many levels of psychotic behavior that tends to advance more and more each time. I don't know if I even changed the whole subject of the conversation of the repeater. But anyways, the fact is that, man, it gets really complicated in life, you know? You never know who you're dealing with. You never know who you understand. One day you can say, hey, man, this is my best friend. Next thing you know, they're totally the fucking opposite.
Mikey, don't get hurt, okay? Let him lift. Seriously, don't talk yourself into how you can carry too much. Denial, okay, bro?
No. Bullshit. I'm on my way over there with my little remote control truck, and it's got a trailer. And there's a bottle of vodka in the trailer, and I'm going to go drive it around up and down the sidewalk in front of Mikey's house, make him chase it.
Can't say it. What the fuck? Never mind.
You guys doubled, but Robert, that was amazing.
Well, of course Robert's going to key on me, of course. You know, he's got to put his 2 cents in.
No, actually, it was a whole liter.
Leader, you cheap ass. Get him a 1 3/4.
Yeah, Mikey. I told him I'm going to head up there with my little remote control truck and a trailer, and I'm going to put a bottle of vodka in the trailer, and I'm going to drive it up and down that little sidewalk in front of your house and make you chase it.
Bro, you're going to see the funniest fat man in a G-string chasing a bottle of vodka you ever seen in your life. The G-string's just for you, by the way.
Gee, you're swell.
I never could get though between psychologists and psychoanalysts and all that shit, how they would determine how somebody acts by, you know, just theory of, you know, many years of analyzing people. But yet still something comes new every time.
Hey, Frank, what do you know about these, with it? Oh, shit. We doubled.
Sorry. I said, I just know I'm crazy, so that's fine.
Oh, we know that. Hey, what do you know about these Chinese, rework stations?
Some are okay. Most of them are junk.
You come by, I rework you real hard.
What are you looking for, hot air?
Yeah, I guess to be able to take out, like, some of these channel selectors, shit like that, and replace them, I guess you need to have something like that because of the way they're soldered in. So, I saw the one Sergio has. He's got some Chinese wonderbox. He's got a Hacko. He's always talking about the Hacko, but, you know, when I went and I saw his equipment shelf, there's like a proliferation of little Chinese boxes there. So, I'm looking at this one that is the iron, the hot air gun with a bunch of tips, and it's got a variable voltage 3 amp supply, which is kind of convenient if you're working on a lot of handhelds. I'm looking at that thing for like $71.
Robert, why aren't you asking me? Bro, Hacko is the best. It's better than fucking all the other ones. Pace, it's better than fucking the other one. Weller. Hacko is the best. It's better than everything. Hacko is the best. I hands down, Hacko is the best.
Okay, but how? That's what I'm getting at. It's like the best in what sense? Because, yeah, snap-on tools are the best, but I can still rebuild the engine in my car with Cobalt tools and end up with the same result. So that's what I'm trying to find out. You know, what are the shortcomings of these Chinese stations, and how big of a deal is that shortcoming? Is it a mere annoyance, or is it the thing just doesn't work?
It works 100%. It lasts 10 times longer than Weller and Pace put together in a combined fucking element. I have many years of experience working with soldering irons all my life. I've had no luck with Weller. Pace sucks. And when I got a Hacko, never had to do anything with it. I used it forever. Tips are easy to get. Everything is easy to get. So hands-on, Hacko is the best.
Yeah, but he's talking about hot air.
It doesn't even matter. Hot air, soldering iron. But the Hacko desoldering iron, no, well, let me tell you, so the Hacko hot air unit works really well. The desoldering iron part of the Hacko kind of sucks. I still feel that the Radio Shack desoldering iron is still better than the Hacko desoldering iron.
I don't know. I really like my Hacko desoldering station. But for hot air, that Chinese stuff, it's alright. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's like a big, the hot air part just has like a wire coming out the back, and it looks like the size of like maybe like a toothpaste tube kind of a thing. It's black. It uses a heating element, and then it's got a fan in the back to blow across it. And they work alright. The only issue I've seen is do not leave them unattended, because the fans have a habit of failing, and when the fan fails, the thing goes nuclear and just literally melts down.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. No. In fact, no, I'm kind of anal about that, dude. I don't walk away from an iron that's on. You know, I plug it in, I use it, I unplug it. And I mean, most of the stuff that I do, I use regular irons. You know, I've been using regular irons forever and a day. I'm very proficient with a regular iron. So this whole soldering station thing, it's like, yeah, it's nice, but I get along fine without it. You know, much to the chagrin of, Sergio and Vecchio and all these people. It's like, hey, it works for me. I want to continue using what works for me. I just need a way to be able to get those components off, like those channel selectors and shit like that, where you can't really get in there with desoldering iron. You kind of like have to heat the whole area and just wiggle the part out.
In front by using about 30 watts of RF, but it gets very exact on the temperatures and everything.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, those Chinese hot air things, they'll work. Like, they'll do the trick. And honestly, as far as a soldering station, man, the Chinese are making such nice stuff that's so cheap. There's really no excuse to have shitty iron anymore, man. Like, the Chinese make a knockoff of the Heiko T12 style iron with like a little base that has an OLED display and a little rotary encoder to do all the settings and stuff. And you can buy them for like $45 from Amazon, like ready to go. And they use a knockoff of the Heiko T12 tips. And what's nice about those is they're not like a regular soldering iron where you have like a heater and a tip. Like the actual shaft and the tip and the heater, it's all integrated into one piece that's removable. So the heat transfer is very good, and the heat temperature measurement is very accurate.
I mean, look at Radio Shack. Radio Shack made this little blue soldering iron, and it was based off basically the Hacko because they used the same tips, the same size, everything, man. Pretty amazing. Radio Shack, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if you could take a look real quick at a picture I just sent you, Frank. See a picture of the unit. It seems to have independent power and temperature for the iron and the hot air. Looks like it's got a speed adjustment for the fan, and then it also has a 3-amp supply built in, variable voltage, with a little ammeter on the front. It looks like it's like the perfect one-box solution for working on things like handheld.
I've used them. They work great. They work great.
Yeah, that unit, like I said, that hot air gun, that's really generic. All the Chinese stuff, all the cheap Chinese hot air stations use that same gun. So the nice thing about that is you can always replace it if it goes bad. But it's got basically it's just got a squirrel cage fan in the back of the handle and a heating element in front of it. And then that soldering iron is a copy of the older Heikos that use the interchangeable tip. It's not the direct heat, it's not the T12 style, but it's good enough. You know, that's a nice station. For $70, you get a power supply, a half decent iron, and a half decent hot air thing. You know, it's not bad. You know, I would use one if I didn't have better stuff. You know, but the soldering iron is the only thing that's kind of meh in that. You know, personally, I would get one of the Chinese T12 knockoffs, because those things are great, man. Once you start using one of those direct heat irons, you'll never go back to the multi-part ones.
Echo 936, man, I'm telling you. One of the best soldering irons I've ever used. I've used many. Parts are available. You can get anything for it. And they last. It's like those things just, you know, even when I worked for industries where your irons are on all the time, bro, they didn't fail. It was like, you know, 3 years, 4 years later, you might have to change an element, you know, even if that is like, all you had to do is just change a tip, because a lot of the tips get wider, like the metal actually goes away from the ceramic element that heats up.
Exactly. That's why I don't like those style irons that have a separate element. The new style Hakos with the T12 style tip, or T15 or whatever they're called, the element is part of the tip and the shaft. Like, it's all one piece. And then on the bottom it has like 3 rings with ceramic insulators, and those are the contacts. So you can just slide them out of the pen and slide in another one. And it's the whole thing, the tip, the heater, it's all one part.
Yeah, but that sucks, because all you had to do is just buy a new tip instead of buying the whole fucking element. You know, I mean, tips are cheap. You know, you gotta buy the whole element? Yeah, I don't know about that.
I get the 3-pack with the wedge, the little pointy one, and the regular conical. It's like $20 for all 3.
Now, you're talking about ceramic element, right?
No, the T12 or T15 or whatever it is, you can't see the element. It's built into the tip. It's all one piece.
I guess that changes things.
Oh, God damn it. This has been like a $300 radio conversation. I got a rib, 3 cables, solder station, glasses, because I need to replace my reading glasses, and nano VNA. I ain't talking to you guys anymore. Fuck you guys, man.
I know, man, we're the worst. Yeah, I spent a bunch of money earlier. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get some stuff from Melbourne to fix up some, well, I'm going to get some stuff to fix up some stuff I have for Melbourne. See if I can actually make some money.
Let me tell you something about glasses, Robert. Already been there, done that. All that Chinese shit sucks. You need to look for surgical glasses. Glasses where you can look far away but still focus in on a very fine point. So you're away from the iron and all that shit. I bought some glasses that were, they're called binocular glasses. Well, they actually work like binoculars, but they're, glasses you wear. I modified them. Those things work great. Probably the best thing I've invested in so far. Of course, you had to modify them. But the thing is that you're looking for lenses that have a high max zoom, between distance between what you're looking for, because so you don't have to crouch down and look for, something you're trying to solder.
Yeah, I need them for reading and, when I'm working on shit, man. So, I just picked up a pack of those, cheapy reading glasses, because they all end up getting scratched and dropped and broken anyway, so whatever. But, got a whole bench worth of shit coming, so, it's a good excuse to start foraging now and ling up a Melbourne pile, Spend a little money before the Hamfest, so then you're more inspired to get rid of shit that you're not using.
Yeah. I'm in the more, like surgical shit, where I'm, working on surface mount parts that, if you breathe, you inhaled it, And trust me, I've been there and done that. Every time I pulled a part out or something, where'd the fucking thing go? It literally fucking disappeared. That's how small it is. I was tired of it, so I had to get some real glasses and, so I can do real surgery. I mean, for the older stuff, it's fine. You don't need like, Coke bottles anymore. But, for the newer stuff, oh my God. You got hell waiting for you, man.
Well, I got one of those swing arm lamps with the LED circle in it, and it's got an actual glass lens in it, and that works pretty well. I just need a little bit of extra magnification, that's all.
Yeah, I wish I could say that. And I got good eyes, bro. I mean, I spot things. I'm just skilled at it. I've been doing this for years, finding bad connections, broken connections, stuff, in a magnitude level, where you'd almost need a microscope to see that shit. That's where the level I am, when it comes to seeing that shit. So, dude, man, it's been a crazy thing going through times, and man, I'll tell you, man, somebody had a car stereo one time. It was one of those, in-dash, 7-inch screen, 6.5, whatever screen in-dashes. And there's a mod that you can do if you just rip off a chip resistor, which they call that, but it's not really called a chip resistor, it's just a fucking surface mount resistor. But a lot of them removed it, and when you did, you didn't have to do all this funky-ass modification to try to view video while you're driving kind of shit, And when they did that, they ripped the land off the board. Some of these people had to take them back for, warranty kind of issues. Well, when the guy did that, I had to sandpaper down the circuit board, and here you had like freaking, 7 lands. I would say about 7 lands that were so tiny that the tip of a pencil sharpened wouldn't even show the 7 lands. You had to use a microscope, bro.
Oh, damn. You know, I could probably do that, because that's one thing. I got a very steady hand. You know, if it wasn't for a lack of interest, I'd probably do pretty well at watch repair. I have extremely steady hands, but I don't think I'll be working on anything like that, man. You know, right now my repair centers around you know, easy things, you know, switches and, you know, channel selectors, occasional you know, surface mount fuse, some stupid little thing like that, you know. And getting down to something of that level, I don't think I'm ever going to mess with that.
Yeah, I've done it, man. I had to... See, he wanted me to put it back to factory thing so he could take it back and, you know, get whatever, but, and I had to do some, like, major surgery and shit. But that's why this guy calls me, though. He just called me the other day, matter of fact. He was going to give me good money, but fucking idiot didn't. He says, hey, you know, I'll call you back 1 o'clock, and, you know, never didn't hear from him until later, and I'm, like, already doing something else, but it's his fault because he treats me the same way. But the thing about it is I do thumb drive repair because he's a data lab recovery. So he recovers data from hard drives and thumb drives, stuff like that. Man, I get good money from him, man. He brings me these thumb drives that are like broken and shit. I repair them.
Oh, God damn it, Mikey. So you should have absolutely no trouble working on big, heavy military radios, right?
I didn't say I worked on his stuff yet, did I? Bro, I got your shit, man, sitting right here, right now. All, you know, horizontally mounted right now. I'm taking care of it, bro.
Mikey, I've got so much of my stuff I want you to look at.
Come on, man. I want to have that radio already, like, up and running and tested and everything, you know, for winter field day, dude. You know, so I want to have it in my hands before the end of the year.
Oh, no, it'll be way done before that, bro. I promise you on that one. Matter of fact, I think I might even have a knob that might replace the one it's missing. So there you go.
All right, whose knob was it?
What the hell is winter field day?
Oh, man, January. You know, I'd like to have it out there. Normally, I don't care to talk, but it would just be cool to be sitting out there. Everybody's out there with their icons and their Yaesus and shit. It's like, bam, military radio.
There's a field day in January?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you missed out. We actually had a great time, dude. We did it January. It's always in January because there's been like a movement across the country to have a winter field day because, you know, the southern half of the country is just so fucking hot and miserable in the summer that there's an actual winter field day website. And we did it at Homestead Bayfront Park, and it was awesome, dude. We had probably like 10 different groups out there camping. You know, Pete was out there, Logan was out there with his kids, Charlie was out there, Sergio actually went out there, Steve, there was quite a few people out there. 55, there was a lot of drive-bys that just showed up, but we had a good amount of people show up. And it's perfect weather, you know. It's nice, it's cool outside, it's not fucking miserable like June. So it's gotten popular. We've been doing it for a few years.
I wish I would have known. I would have brought my military radio.
Well, hopefully this COVID shit won't last forever, and we'll get to do it again in January. And I'll be out there. Definitely be out there.
I'm surprised nobody out here knows Peter Pisano, W4PRP.
Hey, Mike, in here.
He's a good friend of mine, actually. Alright, I'll be out in a second.
Just look for the pink Volkswagen with the rainbow sticker. That's Mikey's.
Well, didn't you say you were going to buy it? Color in?
We should find like a mobile wrapping place. Just have them come out here in the middle of the day and wrap the bug. I heart Wilton Manors.
Oh man, God, that'd be a great $500 prank. Have somebody's car wrapped in something embarrassing.
God, Mikey.
W4THM.
He moves quite a bit up north, but he's not far up. I think he can get into the northern repeater, so I'm going to have to tell him. Pretty cool dude, man. Oh, damn it, he's kind of like in the Jupiter area, kind of like. Can the repeater reach Jupiter? The 441, that is?
Don't know. We haven't had anybody get on it and give us a range check yet.
Alright, well, I want to tell Peter to get on this bitch.
The car always smells like antifreeze after I drive for a while. It's kind of freaking me out.
You know, leave it up to Florida man to come up with the city of Jupiter. Alright, I'm going to go hop in the shower. W4THM, the brown spot on your radio dial.
Holy shit, bro.
You made it?
Yeah, it feels like when I take my clothes out, as if I jumped in a fucking pool.
That's a little humid outside.
Holy crap. Well, being, double Debbie size, you tend to sweat a little more.
Yeah, these things happen.
It's like I have to baby size it.
These things happen.
Can I order S size of my...
Say again? You're not making it 100%.
Well, I guess we have the keyers out here now. Wonderful.
Is there any crap Donalds around here?
Damn, man. You would have to say that, wouldn't you? None that's open.
Yeah, I need to, I don't know, I need to get something to drink or something.
There's this faggot panel out here.
Yeah, these things happen.
Bro, I'm looking at my hands and leaning on that fucking bug. That goddamn black rubber trim gets all over your fucking hands and shit.
Yeah. That could have been my car, too. It hasn't been washed in many moons.
I use purple cleaner. And you just watch the fucking black drool down over the place.
Yeah, the problem is I have nowhere to wash it. I live in an apartment, so.
Wonderful.
Yep. Hey, Serge.
I swear to God, this gout is like somebody taking wood screws and drilling it in the most worst parts of your foot, ankle, and areas where if you ever think about stepping foot down, you're going to think twice. Fucking incredible, man.
You gotta eat your vegetables.
I do, man. I eat a whole bunch. I eat salad, man, bro. You don't even know. Like, I eat good salads and shit. Homemade. Croutons, of course, but, whatever. But no, I eat pretty good, man, but I think there's some underlying meat compartment somewhere that's preventing me from being happy. Appreciate you coming over, man. Glad you got them, those... It's not every day you come across, 10 of those.
No, it really isn't. But, like I said, I'll go through them, clean them up, spray them with some simple greens, try and get them nice looking, program them up, see what they do. I might look for some UHF Max tracks, just make them into cross bands, but I'll probably just keep them as is, take them to the Hamfest, blow them out,
Yeah, sure, why not, And why put, like a ton of time into them? I mean, you can easily triple your profit on those. I mean, simple fact is that if somebody's looking for them, but, But who knows at this point. But they do have good parts in them anyways. Power supplies, whatever. But, I don't know. I'm sure they'll sell. I mean, even if you sold them as bulk, made double.
Yeah, I'm not looking to get rich, but I might get a table, just kind of throw them there and put a little note like, hey, if you're interested, give me a call. But, you know, make a little bit of money to pay for the table, help the ham fest, and maybe contribute towards the hotel fund. I think, I don't know, Sergio's going crazy, man. He really wants to go. I think he just wants to get out of Miami like the rest of us, but, you know, I'll be, we're going to Orlando in September. Not Sergio, me and another friend of mine. And, just 'cause we got to get out of here, man. At least up there, you know, we can go eat dinner.
Whiskey. If you can bring, if you can program them right there, you can charge a lot more, you know, and you never know. You might run into somebody who's going to run out on, you know, on a boat and wants just exactly that with 2 or 3 frequencies, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'll have stuff for programming. That I'm not worried about.
That's cool. Good. Good for you guys. ¿Qué está pasando, güey?
Sí, muérete.
¿Qué está pasando?
Pony! Pony!
God damn, the wiki already?
You know, I have real trouble understanding what he's trying to say. That's part of the problem is my Spanish. Sometimes I can understand real well, and then sometimes, depending on how somebody says it, I can't get it, you know.
That's the same way women in general, you know, it's kind of the same way, isn't it?
You know what? I can tell a lot according to how a woman looks at you when they're talking and how they look at you when you're not talking. Believe it or not, their eyes tell everything.
Yep, absolutely. I always notice the bored look on her face.
Well, bless you, bro. You're not alone.
Why? They expect something better.
Holy shit, man. I don't know. I just passed by a scene here on the turnpike right by the airport. Not turnpike, 95 by Broward Airport. There must have been 100 cops around one vehicle. I'd hate to be that guy.
But you know he ain't breathing worth a shit.
Well,
nope, he did.
There's going to be that's right, there's going to be a chunk of charges to justify the overtime and everything else.
Like, I can't breathe. Well, ain't nobody going to hear you. There's 100 cops on top of you, and there's traffic going by. AJ4QYD.
MBU.
I had some shorties last week, I think on like Wednesday. That was kind of a letdown, man.
I heard that the pit out on the trail has combined now with a new owner to have barbecue and Latin style. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. And what they needed to do was stay the same forever, you know?
that's like Uncle Tom. You go to Uncle Tom's now, it's like a Cuban place. It's like, oh, great, gee, that's what we needed, another Cuban place.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hey, Mickey. Mickey.
Oh.
Isn't that funny when you listen to like a John Cougar Mellencamp song, Ain't That America? It kind of reminds you in a field, living in little pink houses, you know, in the field there, you know. Kind of reminds you of either it's a proud America or it's a very upsetting America. I don't get it. I mean, between Bruce Springsteen and John Cougar Mellencamp, it really paved the way for, you know, the lower class Americans, you know?
I just work here, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then you get Mick Jagger, which you really don't even understand why his face even exists.
Dude, looks like a lady. But about Mick Jagger, right? He's probably the most famous guy and definitely one of the most famous rock and roll bands that ever was. And the dude doesn't even play an instrument. Dude looks like a lady. Of course, you know, what he said when he opened the concert last month, you know, at the beginning he said, I don't want everyone to think of me as just another pretty face.
It's like Paul McCartney. I mean, he, you know, the Beatles and all that shit, and then he made some songs that were, there was one album that was pretty decent. He had a few songs that were pretty interesting. But a lot of it was just weird, man. It really was.
I don't know. Personally, I like, you know, a lot of that music that everybody called weird. I thought it was pretty good.
You know, and I'm not saying it's bad. No, I'm just saying that it took you to a different level of understanding music. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the thing about it. You got the ordinary music, and then you got music that takes you to a whole nother level.
That's true, and I was listening to a concert. It was just a bite that they had on YouTube, and it was WOLD, you know, Chapin, Harry Chapin, and he was playing the song so fast you could tell that he couldn't wait to get it over with, and he was like so done with having to do the song, and it's an astonishing record, but only when he plays with his heart in it, and he just couldn't get finished fast enough.
That's when you know you need to just hang it up, you know? Because if it's not fun anymore, and it's not there to wow the people and what have you, if your heart is not in it, it's going to show. You're going to attract the wrong people. You're going to get talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what's he going to do? Go work at Geico?
Well, yeah, he can save a lot more money working for Geico.
I was on 444.325Mhz.
Whoops. But yeah, I think a lot of bands that have like one or two very popular songs, even if they have popular albums, but if they have a song that just becomes popular, I mean, most of them tend to just hate that song for some reason.
Well, think about it. I mean, they've written, say, 5 other albums that have all done really well with their loyal listeners, and they go to a concert. And what do they want you to play, right? The same old stuff after you've written a boatload of what you think are good new songs, and they want you to play that again.
What it is a lot of radio stations wore it out. See, these program directors that run these stations are only focused on one thing, is targeting a market advertisement. Their whole focus is to target you because it's a good song, to target you to listen and then bring in the advertisement. And that's what this whole industry is for now. It's pretty sad.
Well, yeah, and their market's becoming smaller and smaller because less and less people listen to the radio.
I mean, think about it. You remember that song from Saga, On the Loose? That's a badass fucking song, but that's probably the only song that Saga's ever made.
And then I heard that sometimes advertising, you know, you can get an ad played for like pennies on the dollar. And I mean, it's hard to imagine that, but that's what I've heard.
You don't hear cool shit anymore. You don't hear all these good songs every day, just a new song. No, what you hear is the trademark advertisement of vocal stupidity. That everybody has to hear the same fucking song because the production manager thinks that that's the way to do it. Fucking idiot.
KI4IJQ. Well, that's just one of the many reasons that radio is pretty much on death's door.
Where is everyone else? Are they on the internet looking at something else? Where are they? I guess that's where they are.
Yeah, everybody's just using, Pandora or, Google Music or Amazon Music or whatever. You know, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to the radio, like, if I need to, or if I want to hear the news or something, I'll put on WRN, but that's pretty much it. I don't listen to music on the radio. Not only that, but now they have that stupid data that they embed into the audio, so that your cell phone knows, like, they can track what radio station you're listening to. And that's all I hear is that fucking data. And if I tell you how to listen for it, you'll never not hear it again, and then you'll never be able to listen to the radio.
Okay, tell me, please. I know I'm not. I mean, I want to know. I mean, I do.
So if you listen to radio, listen in the treble, and you'll hear this, like, warble sound. It sounds almost like a ringing, like somebody just, like, constantly hitting a cymbal over and over again. It's just this ringing in the treble, and that's data. It's like low-speed data, and it's supposed to be inaudible, but the thing is they turn it up real high so that the phones hear it easier, but then all you hear is the damn data. I don't know. I can probably find a recording of it on YouTube, because there's people that have isolated it, and just, so that you just hear that. But, man, it's so annoying.
Well, the sad part about this whole thing is it's marketing. That's how they know they can get their marketing, And they use your cell phone as your fucking negativity. Just like we speak about something. Like if I say pie, if I say Raspberry Pi, I'll go through my phone and here's an advertisement on my Facebook for Raspberry Pis, I have a cure for this, and I think I'm going to start advertising this for myself. I'm going to start modifying people's cell phones so where you can mute the physical audio from the phone directly. I'm going to cut the trace, and I'm going to make a magnetic reed switch, where when you put a magnet there, then it unmutes the audio. But it would be in a nice fancy way, so that way, and also, camera and everything else. Because that's how they spy on everybody now.
Amazing. And I just saw an app on my phone, where you can give a fault location. I suppose it wouldn't even work with that, though.
We're on a whole nother technical level of, and it does it even for your phone, even with your TV. I know you mentioned that, Frank, but I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I don't watch TV, but yeah, I know about that.
Until it happened. We had two guys. They were attorneys arguing, and they're arguing over the data rights for a famous person that died in our office. And I never even thought of this, but unless you give someone the rights to your personal data, I mean your searches, the things you write on your computer and your phone, etc., it's up for grabs. And someone can take a look at Ronald Reagan. They can grab his personal data from his search history and the things he writes and tweets and sends secretly to some lover, say, and write books about it after he dies. And you have to leave your data rights to a specific person legally, or it's just out there.
Yeah, and the Google lawyers have determined that our personal information is worth approximately $3 to $5.
Well, that really makes you feel good, doesn't it?
So it happens to Key all the time for some strange reason, because he's got some kind of anal retentive fucking problem that nobody gives him any love, because it's probably a wheelchair motherfucking Capricorn looking fucking goddamn paraplegic fucking faggot. And I picked Capricorn paralytic faggot because it fed him pretty well. Fucking people. You're going to spend your whole night out. I guarantee you, if I was out here at 6 in the morning, this fucking faggot would still be out here eating shit.
Yeah, it's sad, really.
You know what? I might get in my car and just take a fucking drive and see where this fucker's at. He's probably in the same place where I already found him anyways.
Well, Mikey, I almost feel like you should have a second person with you when you're DFing, and some kind of a letter, and some way you could explain easily, clearly, at least explain what it is you're doing. It's such a weird thing that we're doing when we're DFing to begin with,
And this fucker's still trying to key on you when you're talking.
Doing it to all of us?
He's an anal retentive, probably church-going fucking faggot. He's probably singing fucking, skinny money fucking asshole that don't like how we talk. Well, ain't nobody giving you money out here, you fucking stupid bitch.
He's trying, but he ain't succeeding. He spent all his money on Jesus. he can't afford power.
No, he spent his money on Jesus. What's the problem with this fucking asshole?
Asshole. It's baby Jesus. It's Sunday.
Yeah, I just don't understand programming directors these days. Because, you know, when you listen to all the stations now, the first thing is, the fucked up part about it is, like, back in the day, you know, like Love 94, you had stations where it sounded awesome. Audio quality was fucking fantastic. What did they use? You know, 8100s, 8200s. But an 8100 with an XT package, you know. Phenomenal audio sound where we didn't have to turn it up loud. It was just loud enough to where everybody heard it perfectly. But now, all these stations are buying these processors that, you know, they can compress so much fucking audio into one little tiny line that it totally sounds fucking crunchy and grumbly on any receiver. The audio quality disappeared, but yet the audio is 20 times louder. For what reason? The reason is because we're a station that we need to advertise. For what? What are you trying to do? Play good fucking music every day differently. Not the same bullshit every day that your fucking goddamn mind can't comprehend. And let's hear some real fucking music. Stop being a fucking asshole, fucking corporation piece of shit.
Okay, I4JQ. But how else are they going to give us our daily dosage of 1-800-411-PAIN commercials, man?
It's like Coast 97, for instance. Coast 97. We play so much shit over again, you might as well do a fucking wall. Hey, asshole, stop keying up or I'll you. Trust me, you don't want me to find you. You know what? You better hope the FCC finds you before me.
You know, you gotta have somebody with you. Don't go out tonight. You really do. And you know, most officers probably wouldn't be able to understand what the hell you're trying to tell them you're doing. And you'd probably be given, you know, an entire 4 minutes to explain it.
Well, I'm not that stupid. I don't drive around, you know, as I am. So, plus I have gout really bad and I can't even fucking walk, so it doesn't even matter. But still, this asshole out here is going to get a real lesson on how to appropriately use a ham operator license.
Hey man, I was just worried. Sorry. Can you imagine the data rights for what's his name? Epstein, you know, the baby rapist, the child rapist, the young teenage girls, his secret messages and his photographs and notes. And can you imagine what that would be worth to have that data and to be able to put all that together for a book?
I have a copy of it.
Well, the thing about it is, let's say, for instance, is all these forensic shows and stuff like that teaching the bad guys, or is it teaching good people? Are these shows really teaching somebody bad or good? Are these shows teaching somebody how to avoid being caught, you know? The problem is that it's not teaching the bad guys at all. because the bad guys are always going to do something stupid. Whether it be splatter on the wall, carpet, whatever. Somebody did something stupid, and they can find it because they've been there and done that.
They have been proven that we have these people that they really get off on the true exact parts of certain stories that were real to life, you know. And it's one thing to study it as a homicide guy, or to share it when we're looking for somebody, like I did all those years when we would have our meetings together, or to profile the kind of person who does that, you know, with 50 years of experience, and to use to catch them. That's one thing, but to set it loose so these twisted alpha hotels, you know, can copy it down to the vicious, you know, down to the execution and the suffering. That's a whole different thing, and I don't think that belongs on the internet.
You know, you don't need to go on the internet for that. You can watch it on basic cable. You're talking about murder porn.
Right, and some of these shows are just as bad, if not worse. And I have actually written letters as a homicide guy to shows like the so-called Criminal Minds, you know, and all that, and they go way too far in some of these shows.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, all the Epstein documents got leaked a while back. They're on the internet. His little black book was interesting. It had a lot of very neat phone numbers in it.
I wonder if they still work now.
I tried a couple of them. Some did, some did not.
I've been trying 8675309 for fucking all my life, and I still get some dud shit.
Who's it supposed to be?
That's from a song.
Okay.
Wow, I'm surprised you never heard that song. 8675309.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, 8675309. I got it on your wall.
But yeah, good times.
I'm totally surprised you never heard that. Jenny, she left her number, you know, but he actually, kind of a true story actually, but he made a song called Jenny, 8675309, and I bet you still to this day people are still dialing it.
Yeah, I tried to get that number for my ex, also named Jenny, but yeah, I have a problem with Jenny's. I keep dating Jenny's and Jessica's, Jenna's and more Jessicas, and I don't know. It's a problem.
Well, don't feel bad. I'm telling you, like 37 of my 42 wives were all redheads, man. I couldn't help it. There's something about it. I just, you know, I just worship these redheaded women in more ways than one. If you know what I'm saying there, Mikey.
Wait a minute. Did you get approval by Dave at Wendy's? Did Dave approve you?
God, I would kill for a redhead.
He had her breast done. Have you looked at the photograph?
I love redheads. I've never had one, though. Or a blonde.
You know, a lot of redheads, check this out, a lot of redheads make their hair black, and they look double hotter.
Look what? What's that expression? What did you say, Frank?
Say again?
Again, Mikey, what's a double hotter?
When redheads make their hair black and everything, redheads for some reason can really make brunettes fucking hot, man. I don't know what it is.
What is double hot? I mean, yummy.
No, I'm serious. A lot of redheads choose black hairs, black everything. Trust me.
Serious too, bro. I wasn't kidding.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm like, oh man. Been there, done that already, but yeah, it happens.
If we worked at the same hospital, I can tell you what the deal is. With somebody who knows what's going on break, it would be, yeah, Frank's on the second floor. He's got the whole broom closet with that new Jenny in IT, and Dr. Keith's up on the 5th floor. He's got that new redheaded nurse. He could just repeat himself.
Get sonic blood flow testing through your legs. When you get two hot chicks in the hospital rubbing fucking KY jelly all over your fucking, almost near your dick. There's nothing more hotter than that. But then when they start pushing down on that shit, this whole nother level.
That's what it's all about. Frank, have you been in the hospital and had a massage by any of these nurses that just kept going south by any chance?
No, I've never been in the hospital.
You're lucky, man.
What it is, it's a dark room. All right, check this out. It's a dark room, and I just happened to come across two really hot-looking chicks. It's a dark room.
I think your battery's going. Can you hear me? Are you there?
He's probably changing batteries.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I went to take my meds yesterday. Now I have a fucking migraine.
You suffer from migraines. Have you pinned down the cause, or is it light, or what?
It's blood pressure.
Oh, man, what's your highest reading?
I don't remember. It was high. Like, my doctor wanted to send me to the hospital high.
Okay, you're not on regular blood pressure medication?
Oh, yeah, I'm on all of them.
Okay, and does it usually work?
Yeah, the ones my doctor gave me kind of work, but I had a bunch of side effects. So I went to a cardiologist, and they did a bunch of testing, and they changed the meds, and the new ones work way better. I don't have any side effects, but if I miss, like, even one dosage, I just get, like, this massive headache, like, migraine, like I want to cry in the corner migraine.
Okay, I need to repeat my conversation because my battery died.
These things happen.
Hold on. Hey, listen, but hold on, please, Mike. Okay, well, geez. It's too bad that he doesn't have it. You don't have, like, a crisis dose that you can take. But I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you have that issue. I was wounded in '78 when I was very young, but I ended up having a huge surgery around 80, and since then sometimes my heart will go from the usual beat is like 46 beats a minute, and then it'll go to over 200, and I have to take something right away to knock it down. If it ever gets to where you can't stand it, get yourself to the emergency room and let them lower it, no matter what it takes, okay?
Yeah, no, it's not that bad. I keep an emergency dosage on my keychain, but I was getting home anyway, so that's not a big deal. KI4JQ, all right? Go ahead, Mikey.
Oh, I'm sorry, I totally missed your conversation on what happened or what you have. I had a massive dosage of trying to figure out what battery was charged and what was not and what radio was charged. Anyways, but getting to an interesting little episode. Whenever you go to an ultrasonic room in a hospital, it's always dark, for one thing. So, I had to get an ultrasonic for my legs because they wanted to see the blood flow. And it's always been good, because they have to test it because lymphedema on my right leg, and shit. But this time I went, there were two amazingly looking hot chicks. One was a trainer, the other one was just totally fucking hot. Seriously, two hot chicks. But there's nothing like being in a dark room with two hot chicks and heated up KY jelly in a squirt bottle, and they have to get up all in you. You know what I'm saying?
How ultrasound works, I mean, they've got to be able to put the probe right in whatever position it takes to get the image.
Yeah, man. What they do is they push down. I mean, it really does hurt though. They have to push down really hard and see the blood flow through the veins. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I mean, I do. And for women, they have to use what's called a transvaginal probe, which is an internal device, and it sometimes is very embarrassing or very stimulating. I've heard all about it from patients.
Yeah, man, I'm naked in there, and she's squeezing this big hot warm juicy bottle of fucking KY all over the place, and she gets right up in the really top part of the sensitive area. I can see where, $100 bill falls down or something here or there might give you an advantage.
I was wounded. I remember when they were taking me, rushing me to surgery, the cart I was on, the table I was on, hit the double doors, and then the doors open, and it's real cold. It's in the surgical suite, and it's real bright. All the lights are on and everything, and you've got a sheet over you, or sometimes nothing, but I had a sheet over me, and I was bleeding, and they had put a tube down my throat because in between blood coming up, I was gasping for air, and I was getting blood in my lungs, but I woke up, my eyes open when they hit the door, and it was real bright. When the doors closed, everybody's in there, ready to operate, but behind the doors on the right, my grandmother and my brother were standing there, and they'd passed on, well over 10 years ago. But I saw them clear as the day.
Oh, man. You never know, man. It's just, The thing about it is and you know this a lot. Dopamine is one of the processes of the kickstart of keeping your mind alive, you know what I'm saying? Dopamine. And I think that part actually happens during some serious critical times in that nature. And it causes you to have quite an imagination, you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you mean.
And I'm not saying that all, other logic is false, but been doing a lot of research myself and thinking about things. And there was a time period, I don't know if you remember this or not, there was a time where, they beheaded a lot of people back in, 1600s, 1500s. There was some time. There's a researcher that, I guess the church thought he was, some kind of threat to the church or whatever, so they had to behead him, because that's the way it was back then. The churches felt that, killing people was more easier than saving lives. But he did a study to where when he got his head chopped off, he would blink his eyes until he didn't blink his eyes enough to where he died. So that was his quest when he got his head chopped off, was to blink his eyes as many times as he could to see how long he would stay alive during his head being chopped off. But then, later on in the process, everybody thought that it was just a muscle response, I don't know if you ever heard about that in history.
No, go. I actually said go ahead, Mikey, KJ4WW. I don't want to leave out Frank Triplett. But I said go ahead, Mikey, but I wasn't pushing the mic. I wasn't even holding the mic. After I was in surgery, 9.5 hours I was open. And when I was in the hospital first for 6 months. But there were two separately. There were two nurses who took care of me, and I remember for the first 2 or 3 weeks, man, everything that a body has to do, no, what's the word I'm looking for? Privacy, but I had no modesty, man. I was just trying to be alive, I had IVs in both my arms, and I had 3 or 5 transfusions, 2 packed cells and 3 transfusions. That's what it was. But these 2 separate nurses were just amazing. And it wasn't anything sexual. It was astonishing. They were very affectionate and thorough and kind. Because I remember crying. I couldn't speak. I was intubated for the first week or so, but I remember them being incredibly kind. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't imagine what you went through, man. Stuff that you dealt with. Mine was nothing more than, an infection that got pretty serious, but it left me in the hospital for 3 weeks. Pain and all that shit. Oh man. They put a PICC line in me, and PICC lines are no joke, man. They go into your underarm area, and they have the scope and all this shit tied up to you. And, they put a needle in your main artery. Your main artery, man. Just so they can inject antibiotics, man. It's just fucking scary shit, man.
My stomach, I've still got horrible scars, man. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I take my shirt off and it's horrifying in a way to some people. And other people don't seem to mind, but I just try, even when I go into the pool, you know, I try to wear a t-shirt of some kind.
Yeah, for me it's just common courtesy that, you know, I don't want to show how much water I take up in a swimming pool and make everybody angry at me, but no, man, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I've been there, man. I haven't been nowhere near what you've probably been through, but geez, I get recurring, you know, infections in my leg, all that shit. Right now I have severe gout. I can't even fucking walk. You know, it's really hard for me, shit like that, but hey, you know, I do what I do what I have to do, so it's just what it is. To maintain myself. And I know I said that I wasn't going to do something, now I did, you know, but there's always a new day.
Right, you're still here, bro. I really am. And I'm glad Frank's here, and I'm glad we can talk. You know, it's a good thing.
That's right, man. I don't know what Frank went through. I totally missed that, man. Fucking batteries dying and shit. Sucks. I think friend went really soon.
I gotta get something to eat. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm having I'm getting sick real quick because of the house thing. You know, the contractor, I'm afraid they've lost so much money that they won't be able to you know, to do the house. And it got me freaking out. It's justified, though. It's been over a year and they haven't turned the screwdriver yet. I'll be back. KJ4WW.
Sounds like you're going through shit, too. Right, Kent. Well, have a good one. I'll talk to you in a little bit. KJ4QYD. I'll be standing by here anyways. Trying to develop a new IE life standard where everybody can appreciate it. But anyways, have a good night.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. de la mañana. Feliz Mañunga. Esta es la Mañunga. Domingo por la Mañunga. Happy Sunday. 84JH. Sunday, good morning. 84JH. Good morning. A ver los muchachos, buenos días.
Wow.
Buenos días, man. Oye, este Gran Premio de España está espectacular. 43 de 66. Alfa Golf 4, Juliet Hotel. Gran Premio de España. Pingudo está. Happy Sunday. Quiet to be at this time.
Kilo 4, Sierra, November Bravo on frequency.
Alfa Golf 4, Juliet Hotel. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando en el wiki?
AK4FU,
viejo sanoso, no tienes donde caerte muerto, y lo único que tienes en vida es el radiecito. Chico, tú eres digno que te tengan lástima, porque eres un ser humano fracasado y cagado, y todavía sigues.
Oye, tú no te ibas a mudar, cojones. Este no se va para ningún...
Mira, mi socio, tú eres un ser humano fracasado. Tu familia no quiere nada que ver contigo. La gente en el radio no quiere nada que ver contigo. Y sigues insistiendo. Entonces, cuando te caigan arriba y te hagan un número 8, entonces vas a ser la víctima. Ay, mira lo que me hicieron. Oye, yo no me merezco esto, que son unos abusadores. Pero olvídate que lo que viene, viene y te va a caer arriba. Y entonces te vas a joder por ser come mierda.
Acaba de decirle que le voy a poner un mojón en la punta de la cabeza. Que no se escucha porque lo acabo de embarrar con mierda con el mojón en la punta de la cabeza.
Chico, yo no sé si tenerle lástima o estar encabronado con él. Porque es un sarnoso, no tiene donde caerse muerto, nada quiere ver, nada que ver con él. Y insiste de estar clavado aquí porque este es el único contacto que tiene con el mundo. Aunque sea negativo, esto es lo único que tiene, no tiene nada más. Porque ni la gente que lo conocen quiere nada que ver con él.
No, si un colega me dijo, un amigo de él dijo que lo quedaba mirando y entonces le decía, ¿y por qué tú me miras? Él me dice, no, yo no te estoy mirando porque si te miro se me embarra la vista de mierda porque tú eres un mierda. Eso no tiene sentido, cabezón. Te lo dijo tu socio mismo me lo dijo, que él te quedó mirando y tú le dices, ¿por qué tú me estás mirando? Y tu socio dice, yo no te estoy mirando porque si te miro a ti se me embarra la vista de mierda. Te estás volviendo más estúpido de lo que eres.
De cero. Es una porquería. Ni la familia quiere nada que ver con él, imagínate. Eso te lo dice todo.
No, quiere saber nada con él, lo tiran en el patio como un perro, ahí vive ahí en el patio, tú sabes. Oye, este tipo es más guayabero. Vaya a cagar, viejo de mierda. Oye, tremenda guay. Vaya a cagar, aquí tú no vas a hablar. No tienes licencia, no puedes hablar.
Tú sabes, imagínate. ¿Lo qué? Qué pena ser menos de cero.
A cagar. No vas a hablar. No tienes licencia, vete para atrás ahí con tu otro viejo ahí, tus otros amigos ahí del club de los abuelos ahí.
Yo creo que aquí se tiró un peo. Yo veo ahí como un peo ronco ahí, no sé qué está pasando.
El problema al ronco es que cada vez que se tira un peo es un suspiro, un culo enamorado. Madre cuá. Oye, Frank no se muda. A cagar, viejo de mierda.
Viejo. A cagar.
No se muda.
Este viejo maricón. A cagar.
Hey Frank, I was going to ask you, what are you going to do with your push-up? Are you taking that with you?
Yeah, QSL, I'm going to put him in the back of the 25-foot box truck. Yep, just as soon as the closing happens, you know. And then they want us to stay here a little bit of time rent-free while they remodel the house. They're going to completely remodel the house inside and then put it up for rent.
Roger on that. Yeah, no, I was just asking if you were going to leave one behind, because I was looking for an extra push-up. Este no regala nada, brother.
Oye, no, man. If I don't take them down or something, I'll call you and give you a call and let you know, man. I got a couple of 30-footers. That's all I got right now. And then I got some fence rail 10-foot sections on one leg of the antenna.
Yeah, no, all I need is a 30-foot push-up-pull. That's what I'm really looking for, just to put an extra antenna up.
Este se va a llevar hasta la basura.
Estos son los amigos ahí de la otra, de los otros viejos ahí que hablan en la otra repetidora ahí. Los viejos ya le quedan poco.
La corona, coño, que lo coja la corona y acabe con el coño. Imagínate eso. Tienes que ser un ser humano bien triste para que la gente te quisieran ver muerto por carajo.
El problema es que esta es una nueva generación. Y ya la generación de ellos ya queda poco, tú sabes.
¿Sabes lo que dicen, men? Que el bicho malo nunca muere.
Black Sheep está esperando que nos muramos para recoger nuestro equipo.
Que es un maricón.
Mira qué tan estúpido es que no sabe cuál es la diferencia entre yo y mi hermano. ¿Qué come mierda?
Los dos son idiotas.
Bueno, tú eres idiota porque tu familia no te soporta más y te tiraron en el patio como un perro.
Olvídate de eso, men, no insultes a los perros. El perro mío vive mejor que él.
Y ten cuidado que ese perro ahí que está transmitiendo ahí ahora está ahí sin la vacuna y nada. Ten cuidado de que llaman la perrera cada vez que salga aquí en la frecuencia.
Voy a llamar a los papalotes ahora con la seña de los papalotes.
Tengo un poco de dignidad, men, nadie te quiere aquí.
Oye, ¿qué está pasando en el Wiki? Comida, ahí me llamó, comida.
Oye, sí, yo estaba llamándote.
A cagar, tío, de mierda, a cagar.
Eso es una visita.
¡Estamos aquí!
Un más tremendo escándalo fuera de la casa y eso. Para que
Comida.
y todo se reúnen afuera, tú sabes, a ver qué es lo que está pasando. A ver si le quitan el radiocito ese, se lo meten por el culo.
¿Qué es lo que está pasando?
No, el problema es que yo no sé para qué estos viejos, si ellos tienen su repetidora donde ellos hablan ahí, ¿por qué vienen para acá, joder? Si nadie se mete con los viejos esos.
Ah, tú sabes, porque esa es la mentalidad cubana, mi socio. Esa es la mentalidad cubana, tú sabes, joder y joder y joder, hasta que alguien entra a patar por el culo, entonces, tú sabes, entonces es la víctima.
Así es que hablan.
A cagar, tú no vas a hablar aquí. No license, no talkie.
Arrepentido.
Saca una licencia, viejo maricón, analfabeto.
No, ese es el Ronco 2. Buenos días, muchachos. Ese es el Ronco 2. Ese sí tiene licencia. Lo que se hace el majadero detrás del micrófono. El otro es el que vive aquí en Hialeah. Pero ese que está hablando ahorita sí tiene licencia. This is G4JA for Station ID live from LA. Good morning, good morning, good morning. ¿Ok? Ese berraco que está ahí sí tiene licencia. El otro que está para acá atrás, no, ese es el que no tiene licencia. Y ese, pobrecito, ese es el otro. Ese que está ahí es el number 2, el imitador.
Sí, ese es querido del otro ronco. Hay dos roncos, pero son maricones porque los dos, ¿no ves cómo tienen la voz jodida? Los dos son chernas. Le gustan enfangar las gomas de jeep. Uno es el querido del otro.
Saludos, Frankie.
Me encanta.
Saludos, Frankie.
Saludos, 55. ¿Cómo está mi socio? AK4 ready.
Por el G4J es el grupo. Muy buenos días, mi hermano. Bien, bro, bien. Acababa de ver ahí la carrera del Gran Premio de España. Estuvo bacano, y bueno, y quiera sí o no, mira qué clase de espanto de agua se está cayendo por aquí mismo, en este preciso momento.
Sí, se jodió el fin de semana, man. Va a llover conco. Pero bueno, ¿qué se va a hacer mañana a trabajar de nuevo?
Oye, así mismo es, bro. Así mismo es. Pero bueno, vamos a ver qué volada, men. Vamos a ver qué volada hay. Cógelo ahí, Blashy. O no me digas que me fui por la calle Tierra otra vez. Este es Core.
Oye, los domingos, esta es la frecuencia de los papalotes.
Oye, colega, sí.
Se fue. ¿Cómo es la cosa? No, es que así mismo es, bro. No, disfrutando el domingo, tú sabes, un domingo sabroso, mira. Ya pasó el agua, ahora está grisecito, así, riquísimo ahí, ya, ahora empieza el calor, porque es un steaming lo que sube ahora. ¿Y qué te puedo decir, bro? Aquí en el Tigre ahora, tratando de pasarla hasta que nos descubran, bro. Así que ahí disfrutando la frecuencia. Bueno, buenos días, feliz domingo, cositas buenas, bro. Sabes que aquí estamos bien y mejorando, pues, ¿eh?
Alerta, papalote. Esa es la seña para llamar.
A cagar, viejo de mierda, te voy a poner un mojón en la punta de la cabeza.
Cosas, temas de alta calibre.
Oye, Ronco, está lloviendo por allá, por Jayalía.
Oye, Roy,
A cagar, aquí no vas a hablar, viejo come pinga.
se está nublando.
Ay, coño. Oye, dile a ese que te vendió el amplificador que es una mierda, igual que tú. Todo el mundo te aplasta. Tú quieres hablar con la gente y la gente te aplasta aquí como una chiquitraca ahí. Ay, horrible.
Tenemos que llamar a los papalotes para que se...
A cagar, te voy a poner un mojón en la punta de la cabeza. Ya no jodas más. Ay, coño. Oye, déjame parquear un camión allá afuera, retorno en breve, brother. Esta no me la pierdo. El G4, nos escuchamos luego, Frankie, un abrazo. Core, manténme ahí a los berracos estos ahí, que retorno en breve ahí. WD4J, que yo tengo que estar aquí cuando está el Black Sheep para tener control aquí, a ponerle mojón en la punta de la cabeza a todos estos viejos, que algunos ya son viejos, porque algunos aquí ya tienen, casi estos roncos tienen de 50 años para arriba, ya casi son ancianos ahí, hay que tener control aquí con todos estos viejitos ancianos.
Oye, Ronco, está lloviendo.
A cagar.
Pero viste cómo estos viejos son, uno se sigue el otro, uno tira la voz jodida, el otro sale con la voz jodida. Entonces, si un viejo se tira de una montaña, se tiran todos los viejos atrás del otro viejo, se caen todos para abajo.
Oye, Carter, nos diste duro ahí. No, ¿cómo tú vas a decir que los viejos ya tienen más de 50 años? Vaya.
Porque de verdad, ya cuando tú tienes 50 años ya tienes canas en el culo, canas por todos lados, ya cuando tienes pelo blanco ya tú eres un viejo.
Bueno, gracias por la parte mía.
Sí, pero yo no estoy hablando de ti, yo estoy hablando de los viejos roncos, tú eres un ronco.
No, yo no soy un ronco, coño, pero si tú eres viejo, no importa si eres ronco, ¿no?
¡Coño!
Yo estoy hablando del club de los abuelos aquí que tienen envidia.
No, pues, coño, tiraste duro ahí, me tiraste duro. 50 para arriba, viejo, imagínate entonces. Como te faltó el respeto, Pedro.
Esa gente que están imitando el ronco, porque hay uno ahí que ya tiene como 50 y pico años ahí, y el otro tiene ya como 65 años. O sea, hay que ya llamarle Pastel, León ahí para que se lo lleven ahí.
Y me sigue disparando, no importa, tú me caes bien de todas maneras. Tú eres buena gente.
¡Coño! ¡Dame un besito!
A cagar. W4THM. Aquí transmitiendo 400 pies en el aire con un Charlie Papa.
Bueno, ya yo me voy 17 ahí, Black Chief, ya. Aquí te están esperando los roncos viejos estos ya jubilados, los viejos jubilados aquí.
Estoy mirando la repetidora. Aquí a 400 pies en el aire.
Yo le doy gracias a Dios que no llegue a esa edad. No. Porque ser viejo es de madre. Y mira cómo jodido con la voz y todo. Eso es lo que te pasa cuando ya tú llegues de viejo, así con la voz jodida, todo así, ronco, así, tú sabes.
Coño, Pedro.
Si yo no estoy hablando de Pedro. Pedro fue el que se metió ahí. Yo estoy hablando de los roncos. El comment fue para los roncos, no para Pedro. Si Pedro es mi socio.
No. Yo te voy a decir algo. El ronco tiene... Yo me enteré por alguien ahí que el ronco tiene 54. No está tan viejo.
Sí, pero ya tiene 50 años, ya es un antique.
¡Mojoso!
¡A cagar!
¡Búsquese una!
¡A cagar! Con un walkie-talkie. ¡A cagar!
Hay que poner control aquí. W4THM. Ay, coño. Oye, no he parado de reírme. No he parado de reír. ¿Qué ocurrencia, mano? ¿Por qué? ¿Te estás mirando al espejo?
W4THM.
Oye, sí.
Oye, Sergio.
Oye, es un magneto, no puede aparecer porque, oye, le dan una entrada de palo. El cogepalo de la 325, coño.
Sí, le estoy dando palo con un walkie-talkie.
Sí, brother. Cada vez que sale un mojón en la punta de la cabeza. Todo el tiempo. No mercy. Es que yo no quiero llegar a esa edad de anciano, tú sabes. No. Es una edad bien mala porque es como un niño chiquito, un viejito, tú sabes, se caga, se mea, es la misma cosa. Cuando eres un niño chiquito y cuando te pones viejo es la misma cosa, tú sabes. No. Tú lo sabes porque... ¿Cómo? ¿Qué fue? No entiendo, colega, no entiendo. Qué malo ser llegar a viejo, a llegar a anciano, tú sabes. Ya le pasa la menopausia a todos estos viejos.
Ajá.
De todas maneras, hay que respetar a los ancianos, tú sabes, porque son personas mayores, han vivido más, tú sabes, pero el problema es que cuando ya llegan a esa edad, tienen problemas en la memoria, se les olvidan las cosas, pero no, hay que respetar los ancianos. No mercy.
Los ancianos se respetan cuando se dan a respetar y cuando respetan también ellos a los otros.
No, ahora cuando salga ronco aquí le voy a decir, no, tú no puedes hablar hasta cuando las gallinas mean.
No, pero Pedro, ¿qué le pasa al Coringón con los viejos hoy?
No, me tiró duro ahí, pobrecito yo.
No, como te ha estado tirando y a los restos de los viejos.
No mercy.
De todas maneras, cuando ya yo llegue a viejo, si llego a viejo, ya no va a haber retiro, no va a haber social security ni nada. Tú sabes que hay que dejar a estos viejitos aquí disfrutar con su cheque ahí de retiro, porque ya cuando yo llegue a edad no va a haber eso.
Y eso es la culpa de los tragaleches, esto como el ronco.
Tragaleche.
Los viejos estos como el ronco así son el culpable de eso.
Yo no perdí la memoria.
A cagar, viejo de mierda.
Y hasta cuando las gallinas mean.
No perdiste la memoria, pero perdiste la señal.
Es un retardado.
¿Y quién perdió la señal? ¿Quién? Yo no creo que yo perdí la señal.
No, chico, tú nunca pierdes la señal. El ronco, que se fue.
No, dile que aquí no puede hablar. No puede hablar hasta cuando las gallinas mean. Tú sabes.
Yo no entiendo, brother. Yo sí no entiendo. Le paso el mapo con un portable, le paso el mapo con un walkie-talkie. No sé. A mí me daría vergüenza.
Pero para eso hay que tener vergüenza y no la tiene.
Es más, si yo salgo aquí todo el tiempo y a mí me meten gatillo y no me dejan hablar y me pasan el mapo, yo no vuelvo a salir, chico.
Sí, pero tú sabes lo que pasa, que tú tienes familia, tienes con quien, tienes amistades, no tienes nadie. Eso es lo único que le queda a él. Aunque lo maltrate, es atención que le están dando. Está viendo voces de que se están dirigiendo a él, porque ya que la familia no lo hace. Entonces lo que debería hacer ronco, ponerse en cuatro, llegar ahí a la puerta de la casa y ladrar a ver si le pasan la mano.
El balcerito es
a cagar.
Mean.
Ustedes son unos mocosos.
No, ninguno de nosotros aquí somos las mierdas que son ustedes. La generación mierda que ustedes son, que vinieron aquí en balsa, vinieron aquí a destruir la ciudad esta y el país. Ustedes son la mierda.
a los papalotes aquí.
A cagar.
Sí, yo no sé para qué estos viejos cuando eran jóvenes, tú sabes, yo no sé por qué no se pusieron con Batista, pero no dejaron a Fidel coger el poder.
Pues porque todo ellos eran un penco.
Generación M.
Batientes del comando que salió corriendo.
Sí, pero pobrecito, vamos ya a dejar de hablar de los viejos estos, porque ya son viejitos, tú sabes, son personas mayores. No, ya vamos a dejar de hablar de los viejitos.
No mercy.
Así mismo, bro, de no mercy.
On the frequency.
Mando todos los papalotes aquí.
No, la gallina mean, colega, no entiendo, colega, no entiendo. No entiendo, colega, espérate, no, estoy medio sordo porque ya yo soy anciano, no escucho bien. Dime, repita otra vez, colega, no entiendo.
¡Búsquese mujeres!
¿Cómo fue? ¿Qué? Oelo.
¡Partido maricones!
W4THM. Am I making it in?
You're frying, bacon, frying.
¡Póngase por el culo aquí!
Up there in Palm Beach.
Hitting it with a handheld at 400 feet.
You gotta find the sweet spot.
No, David, look at...
No.
W4YHM. Hey, Sergio, you on?
¡Está con la bolsera!
Alright. No, I was looking for you on VH.
¡Está con la bolsera! ¡Está con la bolsera!
Este estaba buscando por la B. Yo lo vi ahí llamándote por la B. Sí, ya, yo creo que ya linkeó la B ya. What happened with the 441? ¿Cómo fue?
No entiendo, colega, baby.
¡Oh, está con el novio! ¡Danilo!
Hello there. That's right, 444.325.
Aquí en el net de los papalotes y los viejos ya frustrados, los viejos frustrados.
¡Oh, Sergio está con...
No. Cállate, que aquí nadie puede hablar hasta cuando las gallinas meen.
¡Se está mareando!
Sí.
¿Cómo? No entiendo, colega, no entiendo. Se fue con los pachos. W4THM.
Escucha, vino el afilador.
Ah, no entiendo, colega, no entiendo. No entiendo, colega, no entiendo.
¡Oye, que se hacen los novios!
Está quemado.
Oye, Pedrito.
Dímelo.
A ver, ahí como, ¿cuánto te está dando para allá?
O sea, no te entendí cómo fue.
En el input, ¿cuánto te estoy dando para allá de señal?
Oh, I will have to go into input. Hold on.
¡Oye, dime que está...
Sí, a ver ahí cuánto estoy dando ahí en el input, ahí, Pedrito. Dime ahí cuánto te está dando ahí de decibeles para allá, colega.
Oh, you're full scale on the input.
Roger ahí.
¿Tú te acabó con la voz?
Y ese no se oye.
Se fue con los panchos.
A cagar. mismo que ronco no te oigo.
No, que lo va a escuchar. Olvídate que no lo escucha. Comenta, colega, ¿no?
Yo creo que este tampoco lo están escuchando. Y yo creo que este también se fue. Oye, colega, no te oigo, por favor. Sube ahí la antena, algo.
Sí, sube la antena, haz algo. Que haga algo, pero no está entrando. No se escucha el tipo. Ay, ay. A cagar. Oye, yo creo que se fue la luz. Se fue la luz. Ay, Dios mío, se fue la luz. ¿Oh, sí? Azúcar. Adiós. 1, 2, check it out. Adiós. Vamos a bajarlo aquí. Aquí está bien. Adiós. 1, 2, check it out. Ahí, mira. Ahí está, para que no se pongan abusivos. Bajito el sal para no molestar. Alfa Golf 4, Juliet Hotel desde Medley. Por tablito vía walkie-talkie. Recibí una llamada de un colega infiltrado.
¿Se te copia? ¿Qué dijiste?
No sé, se le fue la luz. ¿Tú escuchaste algo?
No, yo escuché, como la canción esa dice, que venía una brisa y la apagaba. Y eso fue lo que escuché, una brisa ahí que apagó la luz.
Uf, esa es mala.
No, por eso le salí ahí a ver quién era, porque no le pude escuchar.
Sí, pues puede ser que sea una emergencia, alguna llamada de algo, tú sabes. No entiendo, colega.
Vamos a un espacio a ver si es una emergencia, a ver.
Oye, correcto. No entiendo, colega. No entiendo, colega.
Parece que no parece que no era emergencia, porque no volvió a salir de ahí. Ok, bueno, entonces me quedo aquí en la escucha, por si acaso.
Efectivamente. Claro, sí, para que después no digan que uno nos dé esta chance, que uno se lleva hablando esto y lo otro aquí, tú sabes. Que no se piensen que el picadillo es carne. No entiendo, colega. Azúcar. Bueno, voy a retornar en breve ahí, muchachos, que voy a hacer un facho ahí.
All right, aquí estamos. Sandbaggy.
Pero no sin antes dejarles saber que no se demore mucho. Lo va a coger la corriente.
coño. Ay. Qué bueno, qué rico está, qué bueno está el día hoy aquí.
Búscate una.
Ya. Ay. No sé, creo que había alguien tratando de salir de ahí, pero la emisora está muy lejos, no se oye.
No entiendo, colega.
No, que parece que había una emisora ahí otra vez tratando de salir, pero no, está muy lejos ahí, no se escucha. Una estación ahí, tratando de salir.
A cagar. A cagar. A cagar.
¡Cambio de mierda!
A cagar. That's right, WD4THM.
Runner 325.
Go ahead.
Radio check. Pike passing mile marker 99.
You're coming in from mile marker 99, but just a little bit of bacon frying.
Coming in the northbound.
Well, you're breaking up now with a little bit of bacon frying.
Cutter?
Yeah, it's Cutter.
Hey, how's it going, Cutter? Mario. For the radio check, man. Catch you later.
Yeah, you're coming in, but just in and out, and just a little bit of bacon frying in the background. WD4JKX.
Which repeater was he going into?
10-9.
Which repeater was he talking into?
Lima going in the Boca machine, 441.
There you go. He said the Boca machine, the 441.325. He said he was by mile marker 99 or something.
All right. I thought the 441 was up in West Palm somewhere.
Well, it is in West Palm, so I don't know.
All right. I was getting into it and copying you guys yesterday all the way up to Indiantown Road, north of Jupiter.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. The portable. I had a little, Retrievist? Yeah, the little Retrievist radio. And I could hear it on that up there at Indiantown 95.
Roger, on the little retrievist one. Yeah, no, those, that's the same thing like a Bowfang.
Yeah, it's another piece, but this one actually seems to work a lot better than that. I bought a bunch of those 888s for the kids to play with, and then I picked up one of these little thin ones, 16 channel. It works pretty well for something, throwaway.
Yeah, no, to me the best one, if you're gonna buy like a cheap handheld, better than the Bowfangs and the Frotelvis, is the Walkzone. Those are pretty good.
All right. Yeah, I just opened this up. It's a model RT22, made by Retrievis. RT22. It seems to be all right. I mean, I've put in a couple of my commercial repeaters in here, and I got some GMRS, FRS stuff in there. Kids are playing with. But I just wanted something that, you know, if I took it out button or whatever and it got screwed up, it doesn't matter. You know? It's not like I'm hauling my XPRs or the XTSs out there tearing them up.
Yeah, no, exactly. Instead of messing up a Yaesu ICOM or Kenwood handheld, I'd rather have one of those just for like hanging around. I don't care if it gets beat up or scratched up or whatever, because it's a little cheapy handheld.
Yep. Anyway, this westbound machine, I mean, it's working great. It sounds good. I was down in Delray yesterday on a portable out near down near Lake Ida in North area. And I was copying it, solid.
Yep, no, and you're sounding good into the repeater. So, yep, at least these repeaters have good coverage.
Yeah, well, I'm at the base now on a ICOM 2720. Probably helps.
Man, those ICOM 2720s are good radios. I got a 2730 at my base too.
Okay. Sounds good. I've got I'm mounted across the board here. Got a Yaesu FT950 HF. Got the ICOM 2720. Got a Yaesu FT90. Motorola XTL 2500. Another Motorola XTL 2500 with the O3 head.